So if you're watching this video and you have ambitions of generating a high income as a real estate agent, there are 4 different barriers for us to master to unlock our highest income potential. I'm going to walk you through all 4 of them in this video. Starting with number 1 is to have a strong mindset. Here's what we know about mindset. People that have a strong mindset, or any mindset for that matter, mindset determines how we feel. And how we feel emotionally will then determine what we do or we don't do. And so when we look at someone's mindset, or we look at their mental strength, do they have the discipline to show up every single day and put forth the work? Or do they have a weak mindset that the second things don't go their way, they quit? Or the second something doesn't work, they're off chasing the next shiny object. We have to have a strong mindset if we're going to have a high income, which then leads us right into the second barrier, which is consistent action. So we have to have a strong mindset, which will put us in an emotional state to take massive action. Now, the action, I've often said, is the magic pill. If there was any magic pill to succeeding in real estate sales, it would be the consistency of action. It wouldn't be the strategies, it wouldn't be the tactics, it would be the agent's level of consistency on a particular action, strategy, or tactic over a long period of time that would determine their results. You've heard every single agent asked on every single podcast, on every YouTube video, hey, if you can give one piece of advice to a new real estate agent watching this, what would you say? And 9 times out of 10, people say consistency, right? It doesn't matter the tactic. It doesn't matter if you're generating inbound leads through YouTube or you're generating outbound leads through cold calling. It does not matter. The consistency will be the variable that will ultimately determine your level of income. So much so, I would make the argument that even somebody with high levels of skill, with an extremely strong mindset that takes very little action, would get outproduced by someone with maybe lower skills with crazy amounts of action. However, which brings us into point 3, which is strong sales skills. If you have a strong mindset, you have consistent, massive amounts of action, and you have strong sales skills, your income will reflect as such. And so when I talk about strong sales skills, I'm talking about specifically conversion. Again, putting tactics and strategies aside, it doesn't matter how you're generating leads. What's important is your lead to appointment set ratio. What does that ratio look like? How many leads does it take you in order to set an in-person listing appointment? And then furthermore, when we talk about sales skills, how many of those listing appointments do you need to go on in order to get somebody to sign a contract? Furthermore, when we talk about skills in general, how many listings do you take that actually make it to a closing table based on your skills of understanding the marketplace, based on your skills to negotiate and get offers accepted, based on your skills to navigate and negotiate the inspection repairs, based on your skills to price property and to get your properties to appraise with a licensed appraiser. So when we talk about having strong skills, they absolutely matter. And to which extent your skills are will determine the level of income you have or that you don't have, which then leads us into our 4th barrier to high income, which is leadership. At some point, if you're going to unlock a very high income, we're talking about $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 a year, 1.2, $2 million, $3 million a year in income, being a realtor. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about having a team. We're not talking about, building a brokerage. We're not talking about anything outside of being a real estate salesperson. At some point, you're going to have to develop a new skill of leadership. Why? Well, because we're going to have to look at hiring people in our sales practice. We're not talking about hiring salespeople, right? We're not talking about chasing the shiny object of building this team so you don't have to sell. We're talking about leading people to help service your clients. So certainly an assistant. At some point, you're going to have showing assistants. At some point, you may even have some buyer's agents. Some point, you may have other administrative staff. At some point, you may have an ISA who's helping to do some follow-up calls in your database and generate new opportunities through outbound calls. Leadership is a completely different skill set than that of a strong salesperson. And so in order to unlock the highest level of income, where you have some leverage built into your business with people, after you've built a strong mindset, you've taken consistent action, you've mastered your sales skills. Now, to get to that next level of income, we're going to have to bring people into our business. And so leadership is a whole new skill for most real estate agents that they have not ever thought about, let alone master. And so those are the 4 barriers in order to unlock your highest potential of income in this business. We have to have a strong mindset. We have to build and strengthen our mindset in order to put ourselves in a position to take massive, consistent action every single day, even on the days we don't feel like it. Through that action, we're going to develop strong skills, both in practice and both in addition to doing the actual work. Over time, we will increase our skill set. And then lastly, through mastering those first 3 barriers, we get into a position where we can start working on our leadership skills.